Good morning, traders. This is Alice Lynn from Finmax company. I welcome you today for my webinar, trading webinar. And as usual, I would like to ask you to put pluses if you can hear me and if you can see my screen well. Okay, we've got several pluses, so as far as I understand, you can see me and you can hear me. So my previous educational webinar was devoted to the moving averages as an indicator and on how we can use it in order to trade, to make some market analysis and to make money. So as I told you, today I'm planning to trade using this indicator, and we're gonna see how it all works. So we have our platform, and besides, I've opened the trading view website where we can make market analysis. As well as, if it's convenient for you, you can make an analysis on directly on our platform. So here the same indicator, the same chart, but as we trade fast options, we need to switch between different assets quickly. So that's why I'm gonna work directly on trading view. So it saves the assets that I'm using all the time, and it's more convenient for me to make fast analysis here. So we're gonna start with adding moving average to the chart. Let's use different time frame for them and make them in different colors. Not red. Let's say pop these purple. These gonna be like blue. And the last one, well, we use different length here, so in order for us to get the more exact analysis. So right now we have 3 moving averages on the chart with different length: 2, 8 and 16 candles. So right now we gonna start switching between assets and see what we can do here, what trades we can open. So right now this pretty interesting situation on Australian to Swiss franc. This lower moving average has almost crossed these two lines, so that creates a really interesting situation. and I'm planning already closed cross, so I'm planning to open the trade on that asset. Australian dollar to Swiss franc for 1 minute for high. That's good. And as usual, I'm planning to write down the trade-ins that I'm using, the trades that I have opened, in order for me to control everything and to understand where we are going. So that's Australian dollar to Swiss franc. That's the first trade for 1 minute for high. And I started with 200, and I'm asking you to take into account the accounts that you have, so correspondingly from the amount of money on your account. If you see that the expert on our webinar opened the trade with pretty big amount of money, you need to understand that he opens that correspondingly to his account. When you trade on the smaller accounts, you need to take that into account and always mind that. So right now it's not in the good direction for me, for my trade, and meanwhile I'm checking the other assets. So right now something interesting as well. Canadian dollar to Swiss franc, also like for high. Well, this first one started not that good, but still I'm gonna cover it and open it for high. I'm considering of opening the trade for the Canadian dollar to Swiss franc. Okay, let's go for high. Well, basically here I'm playing against one currency, one asset, so a lot depends on the behavior of the Swiss franc. Euro to Australian dollar shows pretty interesting dynamic. Okay, this one also expired out of money, so I will repeat it one more time. Okay, Canadian to Swiss franc expired out of in the money, I'm sorry. And I opened the third trade on the Australian to Swiss franc. Let's see what it will show us. Meanwhile, I'm planning to add the third indicator to be oscillator, because as you probably know, that moving average, that's the lagging indicator, so it shows us the previous result. We also need to see the prospect of the future. Just a second. Okay. Okay, Euro to Australian. Well, the dynamic is pretty positive. Okay, the third trade here closed in the profit, so we covered everything from the previous trades. And I need funds to find Euro to Australian dollar to open it for low for 1 minute. Come on. Okay, we don't have this trade right here, so I won't trade. Euro to Swiss franc, I believe it's a bit late. Let's see to Canadian. Well, also interesting. Let's see if we have the expiry time. Euro to Canadian dollar. I considering of opening the trade for 1 minute for low. Okay, it's available, so that's nice. And cross out the trade that we had on Australian dollar to Swiss franc. Okay, all other assets are telling for the growth of Euro, especially Euro GPY, pretty interesting, so I'm entering here for 1 minute. Also British pound to Japanese yen, also interesting, so I will also enter for 1 minute for high. British pound to Japanese yen for high, 1 minute. Okay, let's go. Okay, Euro GPY, as you see in the money. Now we have this trade, which I probably opened not in that good time, but still we're gonna wait and see what will happen next. Here nothing. Also American dollar to Japanese yen, pretty interesting case, so I will enter. And these both trades are out of money and we need to wait. Euro to Canadian, I will definitely have to enter for the third circle, and here I will need to enter for the second circle. So let's go. Okay, interesting. I will wait till this trade expire. We'll open the next one, and after that I will open the next one. Okay, let's go for the next trade for British pound to Japanese yen. High volatility. Okay. Let me see how did the previous trades close, because probably I forgot something. Euro to Canadian, okay, in the money. Let's see all that we have. Australian to Swiss franc in the money. Canadian, okay. Euro to Canadian, okay. British pound to Japanese yen, not yet. It's opened for now. And okay, British pound to USD, also good. Let's see what we have here. I'm not trading that often using this asset, as it doesn't have that much expiry, as much contracts, and I will switch to something else. Okay, these assets mostly are closed, so let's go back to our currencies. Australian to Swiss franc. Okay, this one expired also in the money. Australian to Swiss franc. Let's enter that position. Okay, let's go for high. I wanted to see what news we have on the market. important. Okay, so far so good. British pound to Swiss franc, also pretty exciting and attracting. I'm entering British pound to Swiss franc and cross out the Australian to Swiss franc. Well, I don't see anything on the 1 minute time frame, so I will go for like 5 minutes. Well, Nikkei currently is closed. Australian to Canadian on the 5 minutes, it tells us that it's gonna go down. So just a few minutes ago I have opened the trade on its graph. Okay, Australian to Canadian, 5 minutes for low. Let's enter. And I will have to enter for the next circle on British pound. Well, though the difference in prices is pretty small, so there is chance that it will close in the money. So not that, at the money, out of money. Okay, let's enter. Why not? Swiss franc to Japanese yen. I will enter for 1 minute for high. Okay, British pound closed in the money, and currently we have 2 open trades. Let's also enter for Euro GPY for high. Okay, 1. and probably I will enter for some British pound. Okay, this one, CHF some red. I will enter for the next circle. Let's do it. Okay. Okay, good. British pound to Japanese yen. Also, I will enter for 1 minute for high. Well, pretty interesting situation. So I forecast the growth within like the next 5 minutes. So there is pretty high probability that the trade for 1 minute will also bring profit. Okay, USD to Japanese also like interesting. Oh, come on. I will go for high also here and will write it down. Okay. Australian to Canadian closed out of money, so Australian to Canadian I opened for low. Okay. Also enter for the next circle. Let's open the chart for British pound to Japanese yen. One more time. I opened it for... Okay, that's not that. Okay, Australian to Canadian. We can cross out. And we have left only British pound to Japanese yen. 500 invested. The trade for high, and the time frame is 1 minute. So here, yes, I believe that we still have the potential to open, so I will enter for the third step right now. when the price, to my mind, is pretty low. Okay, force stop. Some sleep down. Okay, here I will enter. Three trades in the row were out of money, so I have opened the first one like almost when the price was on its minimum. Well, right now there is like the potential that it will keep growing, but I won't open the trade. I won't enter for the next circle. So as we saw how does it work on the short time frame. Let's switch to the longer one and try to analyze the market and the changes in price for like more distant time. Here there is like pretty interesting situation, pretty good potential for the further growth of these assets, so I'm gonna open the trade. I'm gonna enter the trade for Canadian against Japanese yen to see what we can do here. So here we are offered the price for with the expiry for like in 2 hours from now, and in as far as I see in 5.5. So that's more suitable for me. I will also enter like for the minimum. let's switch to something else. On the next webinar, I'm gonna tell you how these trades gonna finish, what results did I get. I'm planning to open several trades. You will know what we have, what the results I had. Okay, for 4 hours I don't see much. Let's switch to 1 hour to find out if we have something that we can work with here. So currently Australian seems to be moving up, and I'm not sure I'm gonna enter for it in the current moment, in the current situation. Okay, Canadian, well, within 1 hour time frame. Also not that interesting. Euro to Australian dollar, we see also like it was falling, and correction is pretty probable, but no, right now I cannot see, and I cannot definitely say to enter there. So for the current moment I only see the option to enter for our trade that we have for Canadian to Japanese yen, and we will see how it's gonna expire, how it's gonna end. And for the current moment, well, we opened pretty much trades, a lot of them, and if you saw, I tried to cover all of them, and I did cover. So basically we have the result here that each out of the money trade was covered with the next one that not only brought us income but also covered the loss that we had on the previous trades. So basically that means that I will end this day in the profit. Okay, so thank you for your attention, thank you for your time. I hope that you made money today with me, and I would like to see your comments on the next Tuesday, when I'm gonna have some educational webinar. So if you want to know more about the market, I welcome you there, as the webinar is open for everyone who has account at Finmax. So thank you and bye bye.